Hey there. So, I guess it's not crazy for you to want to ask me this after seeing that display, but I get asked this all the time. Derek, how are you so good at guitar? How do you get that good? And to be honest with you, the answer to that is I am bad at guitar. Crazy, right? It's funny how that works out. So today I'm actually going to show you some cool little nifty neat little tricks that you can do on the guitar and things you can do with yourself to make you seem like a guitar god when you are actually not. So first thing we're going to talk about today is your gear. You got to have some kick-ass looking gear to look like this guitar god poser. So as you can see, I got this sweet orange amp. People love orange. I'm sitting on a 4x12 Fender cab. People dig the pants off of that. Got some Johnny Walker because, you know, real rock stars are alcoholics. And yeah, so I got all that cool gear right here. The orange, you know, people when they see that, they're like, wow, this guy's in the tone. He's a tone guy. You know, he's one of those dudes that's just constantly searching for that tone. When in reality, the only tonal thing about me is the fact that I'm probably tone deaf and am not good at playing. Next thing would be this guitar right here, you know. There's nothing wrong with that sexy looking super strat or anything, but this one's got a little bit of that edge to it, a little bit of that eccentricness that when people see it, they're like, oh, he's not just a common guitarist, you know. That guy really plays music. So, you know, it's a little bit of a visual advantage right there. Next thing's going to be, you know, the gear you rock. Got one of these because, well, coroners. But this right here, you know, sleeveless shirt. That's just badass, you know. That's sexy. Anybody can get behind that. And you know, people are like, wow, you know, I bet you could shred on a guitar pretty hard. He shredded those sleeves right off that shirt. Who's to say he couldn't do the same thing on a fretboard, you know? So that's another key little factor. And then the biggest, most important thing has got to be the hair, you know. YouTube's littered with all these great guitarists who all have short hair. They've killed it, kind of, you know. And there's some guys, you know, like you got Ben Ellers out there who's still rocking the rad hair, still shredding it real nice. But you know, it's just not the same. And when you see those guys, you look at these dudes and you're like, I don't care how good you play that guitar, you look like such a dweeb right now. Got to get those sweet locks involved. So once you have that, you're good to go. Now the next thing is going to be coming down to playing, because chances are you're going to be in a situation at some point where you're at a place and there's a guitar there that has no business being there because, you know, somebody bought it because they thought it was pretty, or it was grandpa's old guitar and he took like lessons for like 2 weeks and now it's a family heirloom. And half the time they're going to be really shitty guitars, and for some reason the other half they're going to be really nice guitars. Somebody just dropped $2,000 on a sweet guitar just to keep it up in their house for some reason. I don't fucking know why people do the things that they do, but it's going to happen, and you don't want to be caught with your pants down. You know, everyone's going to be like, you're a guitar god, we want to see your skills. So you're going to have to be able to do some stuff on there. There's a few things, it's probably going to be out of tune because it's an old fucking guitar, nobody's been playing it. So you either just got to tune it to like pick a string and tune them all to that, you know, by ear as best as you can. They're not going to be able to tell the difference. Or if you're too nervous to do that, just literally just rip some stuff on some one string, you know, like literally just. And that right there is going to be enough to blow anybody's balls back. So you'd be sitting pretty at that point. But let's say you do get it into tune. People are either going to want to hear, you know, you shred like a god, play one of your own songs or something. Probably not that option. Or they're going to want to hear you play some other song, you know. And so if you don't know any songs, you don't want to learn any, you know, like you can go learn Wonderwall and everyone's going to be like, oh yeah, let's all sing together. They're going to love that shit. They're going to eat that shit up, you know. You could learn to do that or something, or you could just even take a few basic chords and literally just. going to be sitting there with their eyes wide, just looking at you, their mouths open, going, oh, because they're going to be so amazed at your guitar ability just from being able to do that. You can do the same, you know, some power chords. Just give it some flair, give it some of that palm muting action, you know. You've been playing, you're just not good at it, so you're familiar with some of the stuff. Just add some of that shit in. It'll get the job done for you. But if people want to hear a solo, excuse me, if people want to hear a solo, you gotta know how to put something together. Do just a little bit, you know, because you could sit here and you could maybe try and show them like, oh, I can sweep pick and just do it. And that's pretty cool, you know. That's gonna be enough right there where people are like, whoa, this guy is good. I don't need him shredding my ears off any more than that. Dial it back a little bit. And that's when you're sitting in the pretty. So if you can just do one little sweep, you're good. Do a cool sounding one, you're even better. But if you can't do that, I get it. I'm not good at sweep picking. I lose it immediately after that first one. I get da-da-da-da-da-da, and then immediately after that, it's just fucking gone. So the things that I rely on are big bends. I'm also a big fan of the tapping. Some really cool sounding stuff right there. That's gonna make people's jaws fucking hit the floor, dude. And then some other stuff is just really some pull-off licks or just fast licks between one string or two strings. So if you can rock one of these. Oh, fuck yeah. People are just going to be just like floored by that. Another one you can do is just take patterns, like take any simple and just shred them. Add that second string. People will just freaking be pants on the floor, just creaming everywhere from that kind of stuff. So that's something to keep in mind right there. And then the best thing that you can do is no matter what you're playing, add just some fucking rad pig squeals into it. Pig squeals, but pig charmonics. I don't fucking know what they're called. But you know the little squealies, you want to do those. So just as many of those as you can lock in. Just start playing anything. Take that bend all the way up too. So yeah, that's my tutorial so far today on how to be an awesome poser shred god when you're actually a horrible fucking musician that anybody that knows what they're talking about whatsoever would see you playing and say, what are you doing? And you could always use the excuse of saying, you know, like, oh, I've only been playing for 2 years or something. Then you got someone like me in my position where I've been playing for like 12 years. And other musicians will see me and they're like, are you sure about that? And I'm like, yeah, of course. But anyways, guys, I hope I could help you on your path to enlightenment. This has been your training session with Dirkletron from the Red Brick Dojo. Let's kick it out of here.